And welcome back to Let's Play Super Smash Bros. Brawl, which is going to be a little bit earlier than I expected. But now we're in the wilds, watching this thing go by. It's got shiny stuff on it. Nah, forget him. We only need Meta Knight and Marth. Fine, we'll solo it with Marth. I can do that. No, it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Just because Ike is stubborn, he's going last. I don't approve of being stubborn. Besides, I really wanted to solo this level with Marth. But it will. It's not going to happen now, is it? Just all these things. Hey, what? What? Get out of my way. No. Go away. Go away. Nice. Very nice. Actually, now I'm doing this post-commentary, which I'm sure is going to be a lot of people annoyed. And yes, I did just die right there. This is not a very good run of the wilds. Which is about 1/3 of the reason that I decided to do post-commentary, because I had commentary for it. Like, it somewhat turned out okay. It was kind of messed up. That's part of the reason why. The other one was just the commentary was just awful. It wasn't like me cursing or anything. It was just really, really boring. I don't know why I didn't eat that lollipop right there, because that would have been extra health, but... That, and also the fact that, since it has been, like, not a week, but at least 2 or 3 days since I recorded this, I'm going to say 4, but I'm not entirely sure that's correct. The point is, it's been a while since I actually recorded this, and so I'm changing the, recording to explain a few quick updates. First of which will be that I will be gone this weekend from, let's see, pretty much Friday. Like, I'm leaving Friday afternoon, but it'll pretty much be Friday to Monday? Either Sunday or Monday, but I'm pretty sure it's Monday. It's one of those two. But either way, I will not be here, so unfortunately there will not be anything to upload. Which I guess is fine, because, like, this got uploaded pretty close to the other one. Since I've been trying to upload, like, every 3 or 4 days, I know this one's kind of close. And there's not much I can do about it, but still. Either way, I countered that. I don't know why I thought I didn't. I had a lot of problems with the counter not working for some reason on both Marth and Ike. I'm not sure why. Like, see right there, I countered. I heard the noise and it didn't do anything. That time it was my own fault. And of course, what happens? I dodge the mines and cheap shot. Yeah, I know. Literally out of nowhere. It's just, cheap shots are so annoying. It's just like an easy way to get a kill without actually doing any work. Just like, oh, we'll put this here. But either way, I'm pretty sure I only had to use that one continue. Maybe another one. I'm pretty sure it's just that one. I guess we'll find out. So yeah, that is what's new in the world of updates. As for Thanksgiving week, I think I'll be leaving for vacation on that the next Wednesday. So like, I'll be back for 2 or 3 days. So I'll probably post another video then about that. Or, you know, I'll mention it in my next video, rather. And then I'll be gone through that week, I'm pretty sure. And then I'll be back to normal from then. I know, it's a bit hectic, which is very, very irritating. I would have loved to have this weekend just to do, you know, nothing at all. But, long story short, I got roped into something that I didn't want to do for the umpteenth time. What a surprise. Which also kind of stinks, because I need to get a whole bunch of stuff done for one of my classes. And I will probably not be able to finish both. Maybe one of the two, but probably not both. Unless I can get, you know, into the creative mood long enough for Thanksgiving break. But who knows. The other thing I really need to know is also if I'm getting homework into the class that I'm going to later today at 3, or 3:30 rather, is when it starts. Because I don't know if she's going to assign homework or not. If she doesn't, great. If she does, hopefully it won't be much. Which I'm guessing it'll probably be homework, but not that much. Which wouldn't bother. Like, if it's not that much, I can just, you know, do it after I get back from class. But I don't know. We'll see. Heh, they all fell off the side. Suckers. Up there. Whoa. Oh, right, I forgot about this part. This part's annoying. See, now I'm just watching myself play it. I'm not, like, actually doing anything. I could mention some funny stuff that happened recently, because, like, one of them was really freaking stupid. It was cool. It's, like, great, bad, and weird all at the same time. Like, 'cause on our co-op channel, which I'm sure you guys already knew about that, or most of you did, some of you don't care, but we made a joke in one of the videos, and, like, not 24 hours later, somebody drew artwork about it. I was like, really? Wow, that's rather odd. Luckily, that person is awesome, because they're my #1 fan. Possibly, I don't know. I'm sure, like, one day when I'm famous, which will probably never happen, but if I was famous, they'll have, like, this gigantic quiz on, like, how much do you know about Pit Marthroy / Delta? Like, the winner is the #1 fan or something like that. Who knows? I mean, let's face it, it's only a matter of time before I run into spikes, but also... Yeah, don't try to do this what I'm doing right here, because it did not work. I was, like, trying to, you know, time it right, just use the down smash. That was not a brilliant idea at all. But anyway, I'm sure it'll be just a matter of time before, you know, my name is known through households everywhere. Getting sent, like, ridiculous amounts of presents and all that good stuff. Get some fabulous jewels on these hands. Maybe a tiara. Man tiara. They make those. Okay, enough quoting Survivor. Seriously. Need to quit watching that show. I know it's, like, the dumbest thing ever, but... just for the one-liners, like, it's totally worth it just to hear the occasional one-liners that are hilarious. But now we're fighting this thing, because apparently we managed to catch up to it somehow, despite having to use a continue and all that good stuff. And why they give you that heart container before the fight, I don't know, because you're going to a character select, so it's going to replenish all your health. I'm not really sure what the strategy for this is, but I do know what the strategy for the boss is, because the boss is actually pretty easy despite the fact that I got hit by him right away. And that is just abusing counter and knowing what moves he's doing when. Because for the most part, he's fairly predictable. You just can't rush too fast, because if you do, then you'll get hit by that again. Didn't really knock me back as much that time. But yeah, abuse the counter to no end. If you're using Meta Knight instead of Martha I, because Meta Knight doesn't have a counter, then basically what you want to do is just try to air dodge. Countering's essentially air dodging with doing actual damage, so that's why I prefer counter. But, you know, if you know what he's doing, then it's really easy. And you'll notice there's occasional spots where I'm just not attacking because I'm waiting for him to make a move. There's a shell back there. I know there's something here to fight, but oh well. But yeah, you can see abusing counter, even on intense, this guy goes down pretty easily. He does a lot of damage, but he also takes a lot of damage pretty quickly. Which is his downfall, because I didn't even use a stock on that fight. So he's really not terrible. I don't think. I used to have problems beating him, but now I don't at all. In fact, I'd say he's probably one of the easiest bosses. Like, the most difficult ones overall are Porky/Pokey, obviously, because he's just a pain in the butt to fight without taking damage. Even though I took damage in that fight. And who else? Final boss is not really that bad, actually. I'm not really good at fighting one of the later ones. Petey Piranha is sometimes kind of annoying. Not really difficult, just annoying. I mean, he really only has 2 attacks, but... Anyway, we're moving on to the Ruined Hall, where we're going to fight this boss again. Because why the heck not? Now, if you thought the boss fight was easy with Martha Knight and Ike, it's going to be just as easy, if not easier, with these 2 guys. Just be thankful you get Charizard before this fight, so... I'm going to go ahead and use the Pokemon Trainer and show off the ability that I'm sure everyone knows, because it's broken to no end. Yep. Rock Smash, if you get it up next to him, will completely and utterly destroy this guy. I mean, that is a ridiculous amount of damage. Now, I will actually end up losing the Pokemon Trainer here, or Charizard, rather. And so you'll see what happens whenever you use Lucas, which Lucas actually works pretty well against this guy, too, so it's really not that bad. Either way, you're pretty much set. Very, very, very easy to beat him. Basically, you just want to use PK Thunder, aim it at yourself, and just hit him over and over like that. You can use, you know, down kicks. You can use the neutral A. I mean, pretty much anything works. It's pretty easy to beat him with these 2, just like it's easy to beat him with the other 3. You get a pretty good set of teams to beat him with, too, since I'm good with Meta Knight, Marth, and Lucas. not fantastic with icon Pokemon turn, but I can use them if I have to. Though I'm not really good with any of the characters. Martha's the only character I consider myself to be good with. Everybody else would range from okay to awful. And most of the characters I'd say I'm okay with. Like, Ganon I'm not that good with. It's usually heavyweight. Ganon, Bowser, Donkey Kong. Not very good with Samus. And they died. No, they didn't. And Wario's like, bye, guys! No, he's probably like, wah! And Ike's like, just standing there, crossing his hands with the sword in the ground, like, I fight for my friends. So now we have a team of 5, and I don't think you ever actually use that team of 5 anymore, unfortunately. And that's a shame, because I really like... I'd like that team of 5. I'd get 3 really good characters to use. And then 2 that aren't terrible. And now we're getting a little flashback here as... Like, the story for Subspace, if you can even call it a story, is not very good. But you can tell he's kind of, like, upset that he's been losing all of his friends. But now we're facing with this team of 5. So let's dance. And who did I pick for my main one here? I'm pretty sure I chose Pit, right? Yeah, I usually pick Pit first, even though he's kind of a lighter character. And you do kind of want the heavyweights for this. Which, I mean, Pit, Yoshi, and Kirby are all lightweight characters. Mario's medium-weight. Link is the only heavyweight character of these 5. But regardless, you really want to probably keep Kirby away from this. Unless you're good with Kirby, and then you can just take out your worst one. And that's probably the best strategy. Like, if you don't know who would be good for what stage, just eliminate your weakest character. And I tried not to do that in this project for the simple fact that I want to try to show everyone, you know, at least once. So, which is going to kind of be annoying for the sole purpose of that is impossible because of the final 3 characters that you have to unlock. You know, there will be one of those 3 that I won't be able to use. And I'm pretty sure I know which one I'll go after last, because, like, of those 3, I'm great with 2 of them. Well, not great, but I'm good with 2 of them and bad with 1 of them, so... It's probably plainly obvious which one I'm not good with. I actually managed to get this guy here, which is good, because the Arm Knights are pretty hard to get. If you're having problems getting the trophies for all the, you know, Subspace enemies, which, if you're going for all trophies without actually, you know, just using the golden hammer for that for the challenge board, which I'd recommend if you're trying to speedrun the challenge board, you'd probably want to use a golden hammer on collect all trophies, as well as all stickers. But if you're having problems getting it, like, you kind of have to gauge how good you are at the game, because, like, if you pick higher level difficulties, like very hard or intense, it's going to be harder to get them, but they'll have more trophy stand drops, the little trophy stands themselves. On easy mode, they don't show up as often, so usually whenever you're trying to get the bosses, which I will go back and try to get all the bosses into trophies, it's easier to get those on intense mode. So in a way, intense can be good practice here. Yeah, don't ask me why I went back. It's mostly because I killed them all in one fell swoop right here. Because now they're pretty much gone, except for those 2 right there, apparently. But I said forget it and get out of here. I'm not a gigantic fan of the wilds, to be honest, and most of the time it's because there seems to be a pretty decent amount of side-scrolling, which I don't appreciate. In fact, I'm pretty sure one's coming up here in a second after this. No, it's after this part. Now, this is a very interesting enemy set to fight with, because you can see the spikes over there on the right. If you can lure them into the spikes, then you'll actually end up pretty well off. In fact, I think that happens to that Reap right there. I'm pretty sure that's how he died. Right now, I'm busy drinking root beer because I'm trying to get this thing that's stuck in my throat. Yeah, see, he just died right there from the spikes, and I died right there from getting hit in the face with a blast from, I'm pretty sure one of these guys had a gun. Yeah, there he is. The thing is, though, like, all the items and the trophies and whatnot, like, they'll blow into the spikes, and so you're like, do I want to try to get these? Now I'm pretty much just mashing the A button here. And I think that was everyone. Yep. Yeah, those spikes do a lot of... They don't do as much damage on lesser difficulties, but you get hit twice by them, and there's 100% damage right there. You can get killed if you get hit with a strong enough attack. And here's a really, really irritating side-scrolling part right here. I don't even know if this would be a side-scrolling, because it goes like up, down, left, right. It goes in a lot of weird directions. Look right here. I just find that to be really strange. Maybe it's just me. Yeah, don't even bother fighting these guys, because if you don't have to fight the portal things, where everything's coming out, then don't. If you don't have to, do not fight them. Because they're a pain in the butt. And cheap shot. Yeah, I don't know what their fascination is with cheap shots, with those stupid, I don't remember what they're called. The bike-esque enemies. They're just, they drive me crazy. I'm pretty sure I shouted some obscenity right there, and I was supposed to bleep it out, but I never did. Because, like, the ending is right there. I was literally right there. Fortunately, I didn't have to go back through much. But still, I lost all those stickers. Which isn't that big a deal, because you're supposed to use the stickers to equip your characters. And I never used them. Ever. Like, I've used them to see if they actually made a difference, which, really, in all honesty, I didn't see much of a difference. Unless you have one that's, like, let you carry a home run bat going into the level or something. Then you can notice it, but for the most part, it's usually not noticeable enough for me to care. And so I just don't put them on. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, I got that guy right there. I'm pretty sure he might have been the one that slid into the spikes. Yeah, there he is. And get out of here. Stupid. I was going to say scope, but no, that's its sword. Silly. Hey! Yeah, I don't know what happened right there. I think what happened... I don't know what happened, but I'm pretty sure what happened was I got hit and I was coming back and I jumped and I somehow jumped past the boundary line even though I should have been out of it in the first place. I think that's what happened. And here I was just busy using Yoshi's shield and sending eggshells flying everywhere. I'm an idiot, apparently. And by apparently, I mean, we already knew this. No surprise. Yeah, this time I was like, I was checking for the box. I was like, alright, I'm not gonna get cheap shotted, so I'm just gonna jump over the guy. Turns out, there was 2 more of them behind him. Like, seriously, that is just cheap. Like, whatever, dude. What are you doing, silly? Oh, his head fell off. Awesome! I've quoted that like twice in the same week. I don't know why. I'm quoting like the really, really old episodes of Fairly Odd Parents. Like, I think that one's like one of the first 5. No, let's go! You really can't stop those things. Like, even if you... Well, I don't know exactly how it works, but, like, maybe you could just cut their hands off. That sounds kind of morbid, but if you, like, cut their hands off and the rest of the robot, would it still be active? Probably. Pretty much once it's open, you're screwed, and there's really no way to defuse it. But regardless, we're done with that level. I would have had a lot of stickers besides those 2 had I not died. And now we're moving on to the swamp where I get Fox back at least. Though I didn't do much better on this level, I'll tell you that right now. What I kind of want to do is go and record like one more episode, but I know for a fact that's a bad idea, because then it'll be like a couple days stale. There's just no point to doing that. It's just like, it's one of those moves where you want to record, but you don't need to record. I kind of do need to record for Buffalo Productions, though, because, like I said, I'm not going to be here. So I guess we'll find out if AR is online or not later. What I need to do is get pre-cal on. Pre-cal's like 5 problems, because it's always, you know, Tuesday or Thursday. So Tuesday homework is like, you know, for 2 days. So it's literally just 5 problems, which for pre-cal 5 problems will actually not take a long time, but it'll take more than, you know, Algebra 1 or 2 would, problem-wise. It's the weekend ones that are bad. They're like 50-something problems. And the only reason I didn't have, like, I didn't turn my last one in is because I wasn't there in class, because I was busy waiting for plumbers to come by so they could repair the hot water heater. So my dad was like, yeah, I'll fix it at some point. And eventually I just got fed up. I was like, alright, I'm going to call plumbers. They're going to fix it. And they're like, yeah, you're lucky that thing didn't explode. It does not surprise me. I do not like the bullet bills in this area, by the way, because they will try to spike you like that, pretty much. And the worst part was I made that and I hit. I'm pretty sure the box is what killed me. I'm pretty sure I bounced off that box and died. Yeah, I didn't even bother going for the tomato because there's no point of getting it then. Now, let me tell you something. In this fight, if you can get rid of all the flues, the reflector is golden to have because it will reflect almost everything. Because the Hammer Bros, all they're going to do is throw hammers. So it'll reflect all those. Don't ask me how I didn't die right there. And then, whenever the Shuppets fire the lasers at you, it also reflects those. Yeah, what he just did right there. It'll reflect those. The bullet bills that come flying, which aren't part of the enemies, it'll reflect those back. So it reflects almost everything. The only thing it won't get are the flues or whenever they do the attack that he just did where it, like, tries to hit you with the claws. Those are the only two attacks it won't be able to block. And sure enough, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to see the laser trick in a minute here, because I know I game overed once right there. I think that was actually the only spot that I did game over here.
Continue.
I wish I was better with Diddy Kong, I honestly do, but I'm just not. Because people are like, yeah, Diddy Kong's really high tier, because you can, like, mess people up with the bananas. I was like, yeah, that might work for, you know, a proper Brawl, but in Subspace that doesn't really work in the same manner. Yeah, I got nailed right there with all three of them. But either way. There's the spike I was talking about. Yeah, I don't know why I went for it here. Probably to show off because there's a bullet bill that'll get you right there if you're not careful. And I'm lucky I didn't die right there. Yeah, I was trying to go, like, to the right. It kept grabbing back onto the ladder for some reason. I'm not sure why it was doing that. But yeah, what I typically try to do here is take out the flues. The Hammer Bros can kind of be a problem, but you have to be at a decent amount of damage for them to kill you. The flues can kill you at almost zero, so... Yeah, right there, I killed him with the laser. Or with the reflector. Shooting the lasers back. But, like, the reflector is so freaking good in this game. Like, I remember in 64, it was not that great. There wasn't a lot of projectiles anyway. But in Melee, if you shielded at the right time, it would just, like, it would reflect the thing back. So it made the reflector kind of pointless. But in Brawl, that doesn't happen. So the reflector is, like, really, really good in this game. It's almost as good as having a counter. Because honestly, I think, in my opinion, the characters that are better are the characters that have a reflector or a counter of some sort. Like, when I first played Melee, I was like, man, that stupid counter that Marth has is completely useless. And granted, in Melee, the counter in Melee for Marth is kind of weird. And it always does, like, 7 damage, I think. But in this game, counter's freaking amazing, and reflectors are really amazing. So yeah, anybody with, like, a counter reflector or PSI shield, double team, for Lucario anyway, which is essentially another type of counter. All those I find to be really, really good, which is probably why my best characters, like my top 5, I'm pretty sure at least 3 of them have a reflector or counter. Because Marth and Fox both have a counter. I'm good with Wolf, he has one. I'm good with Lucas, he's got PSI shield. I'm decent with Lucario, he's got double team. Diddy Kong's dead, but who cares? Time to solo this thing with Fox. I've always wondered what would happen, like, with the dart gun. Like, what would happen if you reflected that? I mean, it's a projectile. Would it bounce back or no? I guess that would make, you know, Wolf and Fox a little bit broken, but who cares? Oh no, it's Shadow Diddy Kong. I'm so scared. Oh well. Now we can throw another R-Wing away, but it's totally worth it. Falco. Now I'm not good in not as good with Falco as I was in Melee, which granted for my Melee playthrough I like didn't really use him at all, but I don't know, his reflector is kind of weird. Falco jumps in a weird way, and the reflector, like those two things make me always choose the other Star Fox characters over him. I don't hate him or anything, like he's still probably my top 10. At the end of the project, I probably will end up making, like, my list of best to worst. like, I already know Marth would be number 1 on my list. I know that for a fact. But anyway, time to get on to strategies for fighting this guy, especially on intense mode, because he can take out lives like that. So really what I was doing here, it's cheap, but if you juggle, it really, really helps. So use stuff that's really quick and light and just juggle them in one place. Now, theoretically, what you're supposed to do is I'd get him up to like 500%, like a really high damage percentage, like far past what I'm doing right here, and then try to smash attack him off. What happened right there was I got lucky and got him at about 280. That's probably about a little bit more than half of what you want to do. If you can get up to 400, you can probably kill him then. The Fox and Falco can juggle him really well. Diddy Kong's got a few things, and if you use the bananas, you can kind of juggle him as well. So you just need to juggle him until you get to he gets to a really high percentage, and then try to smash him out of there. But either way, let's go ahead and continue onward. Now, this part of the level's not... it's weird. It's got one fight that's really strange. And you'll know which one it is, because I'll bring it up, A, and B, you'll know whenever you see it. It's not this one right here. In fact, what I tried to do for this one was just, like, abuse the reflector constantly. The problem was, every time I reflected one of the hammers, it would disappear before it got back to hit anybody. And so it just kind of stuck here in a pattern. I was like, alright, I gotta find an opening here, because like they were either disappearing or hitting other hammers as they were coming back, and it wasn't working. It's like, alright, I gotta find an opening at some point and just try to get through. So at some point, I waited until they all went away. I'm pretty sure I went for it right about here. Yeah, I just like started slowly moving forward. Not like ridiculously slow, but just enough to, you know, change it a little bit. And then went down here and smashed him off. I'd say it's a game of patience, but honestly the AI will never move, so it's not really a game of patience like it would be with, you know, another human player that eventually they just say, alright, screw this, and try to go for it and not have it work. So when it comes to a game of patience, like fighting a human, I'll be patient. I will wait down the clock if I need to. You know, like, the only reason I wouldn't is if it was a timed match and I was, you know, behind. Yeah, don't ask me how I hit that one right there. But if you miss it, you can just jump out of the water and hit them both, so it's not that big a deal. And I believe, yeah, there's a gold box up there. I was trying to avoid the red paratroopa. CD. One of these idiots. Yeah, I don't know how he got me. I was on the other side of him. Taking him until he went away. Once again, I was trying to avoid the paratrooper. I've been killed by those paratroopers a lot, so I try to avoid them as much as I possibly can. Or do something like that. Of course, then the shell still hits me. But either way. Yeah, you also notice that I don't use the side B a lot. I really only use it for recovery or trying to get to a platform like that. Because really, for the most part, side B is pretty bad attack. I think it's called, like, illusion or something. Fox illusion. I don't know. It's not important. But either way, I never use that in battle. It's really bad. And I did not mean to go back in there. But, like, a lot of people will pull a Mike, as we call it, because Mike did that, like, in a 3-stock match when I was fighting somebody named Mike. They did that, I'm pretty sure, either twice or all 3 times on their stocks. But he kept using side B off the edge, so I really try to avoid it as much as I can. Fox is one of those characters, like, for the most part, like, at least for me, I don't know what everyone else does, but for strategies for me, most of the time, I stick to the A moves. Like, I never, well, not never, but I very rarely will I use the B moves unless I find them to be really useful, like reflector or counter or whatever. For the simple fact that usually the B moves will leave you more open to attack, especially the up B, which should only be used for recovery, in my opinion. But that's just how I play. I don't know. A lot of people use like 90% of their attacks are the B attacks. I prefer using mostly A's. Not always smashes, sometimes just standard attacks. But yeah, this right here is the fight that's really, really awkward, because fighting all these paratroopas, the thing is, you have to kill them. Like, if you just take their shell and throw it off the stage, they'll come back. It doesn't count as a death. I don't know why, but it doesn't. Yeah, I was having trouble getting a few of these guys, 'cause The red ones fortunately don't walk off the side. But, you know, you can just grab one and throw it off the side here, and all of a sudden it's magically back. So you kind of have to play it a little strangely. And eventually I managed to get them all somehow, even though I'm pretty sure one of them still fell off the side. Goomba! Now I'm just avoiding Goombas. And whatever the heck these things are supposed to be. By the way, if you fall off on that platform right there, there is a way to get back up, so don't worry about it. Just watch out for the other cheap shot that they have, which is the Goomba at the end of the stage. I've noticed that they cheap shot a lot. You know, and they're, like, those things are still there in easy mode or whatever, but they won't be as much of a threat, because logically you'll be at a lower percentage. They can't kill you at a lower percentage, and you'll have more stocks. But they cheap shot a lot. But oh well, we have the Great Fox, so we win. Stage clear. Alright, what was that soundtrack? Yeah, we get a lot of stickers in this one because I never game over. Mother 2 and Venom. Both very, very good songs. Not really a fan of the Metroid stages in this game, both in Brawl and Melee, but I am a fan of the Mother series, or Earthbound if you prefer. But that is it for this episode of Let's Play Super Smash Bros. Brawl. And hopefully I'll not be doing post-commentary unless something drastic happens. So next time, I will see you guys in the research facility. Take care, y'all.